I'm homeless in this area and have been for over 2 years now. At one point, just earlier this month, I had been in a room, though, with my husband, who is now passed on since the 13th.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
He died from congestive heart failure.
It's terrible. So sorry to hear that.
1 week after his death, a vehicle that I'd been staying in with the vehicle owner's permission was torched with all my possessions and everything that was in that room when he died.
The vehicle was torched, was burned? Like intentionally, or like was that an aggressive act towards you?
Because I shut the individual down for his advancement, so I'm wanting to get involved.
Okay.
But he's also linked to 4 other arsons.
Wow, that's scary. That's really. I'm glad you weren't hurt.
I had just left the vehicle less than 3 minutes prior to when he set it up.
Yeah. Jeez. Now, do you know what's happening in the hotel right now? Here?
I was just informed of it.
Yeah. They have donations up there, and they're
much needed because I've been struggling to even stay warm. I have no blanket, pretty much no clothes, except what I find at abandoned sites that have to be washed. Perspective of those that have never experienced homelessness, either personally, as in being homeless themselves, or a family member or loved one.
Yeah.
That we're not all the same. We're not all addicts, whether
Right.
it be drugs or alcohol. We're not all criminals.
Right.
Up until June, I was a certified road crew flagger.
Okay.
Out there helping protect others. Now, even though that I'm homeless, I'd give the shirt off my back, my last blanket, whatever, to help an individual in need.
Do you feel that you get support from the city being homeless? Do you feel that you're getting...
They could do more.
They could do more?
Yeah. For example, this area alone, we only have 1 food bank.
Just 1 food bank, you said?
It's a small food bank, and you can only go 1 time a month.
Wow.
And they only give barely enough food for 3 days, no matter what size the family is. There is no clothing bank, so no place to get, warm clothes for the winter or for the summertime, let alone blankets, tents, tarps. It's not like Tacoma where you have the mission.
Yeah.
Yes, the mission does come out once every, couple of weeks, but that ain't enough.
Yeah.
It's individuals like, say, for yourself, that, getting the word out of what's in need here in Fife.
What's the best way someone could directly help you? Like, is there a location that you go to that you find that the other people that are homeless in this area go to try to find assistance and relief?
Primarily, you can see a lot of us individuals flying, as we call it.
Flying?
Yeah, also known as panhandling.
Okay.
Like in front of the Dollar Tree or at the McDonald's Island, which is right between Arby's and Wendy's, if not at the light at Love's.
Yeah.
I mean, an individual doesn't have to give cash if, they're uncomfortable with it.
Right.
But, food, water, that sort of thing, a blanket,
sure, a
jacket, something along those lines, depending on the weather, is what's needed.
Are there shelters around here that...
Not in Fife, no.
Not in Fife?
You would have to go to Tacoma or, I believe, Federal Way.
So those are, so anybody knows, those are on either side of Fife, to the south and to the north, and it's pretty far to go when you're cold. Though, are you able to take the buses? Is that something you're able to do?
If I was able to get my reduced card replaced and, say, a monthly pass on it, yeah. Otherwise, it's difficult in general.
Is it hard to get those services being on the street to be able to go in and?
Because the mind perspective, because the acts of other individuals, those few has affected the many a lot. Yeah. I mean, the narrow-minded tunnel vision view that the non-homeless community have of us is ultimately what's going to pretty much kill us. They say that they have a good heart. They need to show it. I mean, even just a smile or a hi, acknowledging us, can change the, make a change in that person's life, because they could be on the brink of ending it all, throwing in the towel and committing suicide. Just that acting of acknowledgement,
Yeah.
letting us know that we're still somebody and that, you know, we deserve to be recognized as people.
Absolutely.
That could mean the difference for that individual.
Yeah.
And yet, we don't get that.
Right.
We came at sideways and always constantly accused of, you know, being druggies and criminals.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
Nah, you don't need someone to put a title on your head.
No.
You know?
If anything, stop. Talk to us. Get to know our story before you pass judgment.
Sure. What's your name?
I go by Divine out here on the street.
Okay. My name's CJ.
I happen to know quite a few CJs.
Okay. Well, you know one more now.
Yeah.
Divine, I'm going to let you go. It's starting to rain out here. But here, I tell you what, I got a set of gloves here that you can have.
Oh, thank you.
And I think
none.
here you go.